Yo, what's good with y'all, bro? So listen, today we gonna be going over a Lil Baby, Lil Durk type beat. You know what I'm saying? Honor of Voice of the Heroes, the album that just dropped last week, you feel me? A lot of people was saying that like it was the same song 18 times and all that. I think that's like a mindset of somebody who ain't really listened to it, you feel what I'm saying? Like if you sped through it, then it's gonna sound similar to each other. But if you really paid attention to the album and paid attention to what they were saying and all that, then you know it wasn't the same song 18 times, you feel me? Basically today what we're gonna do is go over this beat I made that, kind of match the style of certain songs on the album and all that. So I'm gonna go over that with y'all. Make sure you like the video, you gotta sub, you gotta comment, you gotta share it, you gotta copy the link, send it to your grandma, your mama, your grandpa, all that. You gotta send it to all of them. But now let's get into the actual beat though, you feel me? Alright, so this is the beat right here. This is just a pattern right now. I didn't actually arrange it, none of that, but I'm basically going to play this for y'all real quick, show y'all what I got, and then we're going to go individually on the certain tracks and the instruments and everything I did with that. So I'm going to play it for y'all right now. Alright, so that's what I got, man. So basically, I'm gonna show y'all exactly what I did with every part of the beat, bro. So the first thing I did was I put down a melody for a piano. So started off with the chords, did that regular, you know what I'm saying? I didn't even have the chops when I first did the chord. It just was, these three, and then you add that layer at the bottom just to add some depth to it, you know what I'm saying? So what you do is you start off at the root note. So this was an E minor, the whole song was an E minor. So I started right here, skip one, right? And then it don't look right because right now everything is in F sharp minor because the last beat I did is in F sharp. But if it was in E minor, you could have seen exactly what I mean. But right here, what you do is you just go down 5. You just count 5 down. So that's what I did with each one. You feel what I'm saying? And then when I added the top melodies, this one right here is pretty much a run. That's what that's called. It's called a run. And I'm gonna show y'all what that sounds like specifically real quick. That right there. You hear a lot of these runs, this combination right here in Lil Durk music and Lil Baby music, because they have a lot of piano melodies. Like I said earlier, they real melodic, so they have a lot of these. So I had a couple over there, and everything looks kind of like not quantized because I used Alt S, and everybody know what Alt S do. It's a strumizer. You put that in there, it makes everything sound more realistic and all that. So you put that on your melody, you're gonna be good for that part. So right here, I went in Omni. I got a violin, and the violin was a good addition because specifically Lil Baby, but Lil Durk too, they usually have a lot of orchestral instruments in their beats. So I definitely had to add one in here, so I put the violins in here. I got 2 different violins on the entire beat. I'm gonna show you the second one after this, but this one is the higher one. And when you're making violin patterns, bro, it's real simple. What you want to do is you can start off like with the root again and make a cool pattern, right? Just something regular, just little chops like this. And then what you want to do is clone whatever you did right here, put it an octave up and an octave down, and you'll be cool. All right, and then you layer them all together. It's gonna sound just like just a simple violin pattern. All right. So this second violin right here is kind of more of a darker violin, and it's way more reverb on it. So this was pretty much to fill in the space and add more depth to the entire melody. So I'm gonna play this for y'all real quick. So it was pretty much just for ambiance, you know what I'm saying, just for space and just for making everything feel like there's no more room left, you know what I'm saying, pretty much rounding the melody out. And in the mixer, that's the lowest channel for me, but it's still added, you know, added to the whole thing. So it definitely needed that part. So with the hi-hat right here, I just wanted one with a lot of space in it. Let the beat breathe, you know, because the hi-hats control the tempo of the whole song. It don't matter what song you listen to, it control the entire tempo, whether you realize it or not. So you can control the space and and how much you let the beat breathe with the hi-hat. So I put a lot of spaces in between them, but when they come back real sharp, as you can see right here. So that space right there. You feel what I'm saying? So nothing too crazy, but with artists like Dirk and Baby, you want to give them space because they have a lot of great lines in their songs. They have a lot of great ad-libs, and when they speak, when they rap, you pretty much you're listening to what they're saying. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, they don't call them the voice for no reason. You know what I'm saying? Next thing was the 808. Nothing too crazy. Just kept it on the root note for a good amount of time and then bring it down some. So I'm gonna play that. And that just added to that bounce, you know what I'm saying? The BPM of everything is 172. That's just a great BPM for melodic type beats because they pretty much had the same tempo throughout the entire thing. It's just, you just gotta switch up, you know, the instruments that you use for the melodies. But as far as the tempo, 172 and a nice good bounce with the 808, you pretty much already there, you know what I'm saying? Regular snare, nothing different. Just had it on the downbeat, you know. Put some perks in here too, so this rim shot right here. That kind of added to the snare too and gave it a little bit more bounce right there. Then I had another snare. This is the Z snare that I use in almost all my beats. It's just a real complimentary snare. So then we got the open hat right here just to round everything out. So then we got the open hat right here. The open hat pretty much was just rounding out all the drums, and I just put it in at every beginning, you know what I'm saying? Every beginning of the loop, every beginning of the bars. And this what the drums sound like all together. I'm gonna play them for y'all. Alright, and next I'm gonna just go into the mixer and show y'all specifically what I did with the instruments. So first thing first, with the keys, I had an EQ on it, but I ended up taking it off because I used the Guitar Rig 6. I don't know if y'all got Guitar Rig. If you do, then you know what Guitar Rig is for. If you don't have it, I suggest you try to invest in it because it's a crazy VST, you know what I'm saying? But basically what I used on here is a curated preset called Piano Hall, real clean, and it just had a reflector, which is kind of like a delay, and an equalizer on it. So that's the reason I took this equalizer off, you know what I'm saying, because it pretty much cleaned up what I wanted it to clean up anyway. So with Omni, just a regular EQ on it, I just cut all the frequencies I didn't want. This was with the first violin. The second violin, which is the darker one that I showed y'all with more reverb, same cut, but it's not the exact same cut. I'm gonna show y'all side by side real quick so y'all can see what I mean. Alright, so as you can see, I cut this right before 5K right here, and then on this one, I pretty much cut it at 10K, and then when you go down here, cut this pretty much at 100. This one I cut at around, you know, in between the 50 and 100, so like 75, you know what I'm saying? So you can use that if you want it. You pretty much, when you cutting frequencies, just play it by ear. You don't gotta follow no certain formula with that. And with the hi-hats, I add a compressor to my hats because some of them are real quiet. That's just because of the drum kit that I got. That's not, no, you don't really need a compressor on no hi-hats usually, but I just need to turn mine up some. And I put a EQ on it just to cut out everything except for all the highs, because you only need the highs with it, you feel me? Soft clipper on the 808, you can take this if you want, you can take this and tweak it, do whatever you want with it. And with the EQ, just cutting, you know what I'm saying, no boosting or nothing, just cutting. I just cut out all the mids and the high mids and then leave some of the low. And I cut out that, you know, super sub bass that really don't, it's not pleasing to the ear. And with all the other drums, I didn't put no effects on it. I just leveled it out. And these ones I pretty much kept wherever it is at, cause hold on. So with the rest of the drums, I just leveled them out and, you know, played it by ear. I didn't have to add any effects to it or none of that, because as you just heard, it sounded good, you know, regardless, you know what I'm saying? So I ain't had to add none to those. But that's pretty much the beat. That's the mix, man. I'm gonna play it for y'all again real quick. That's the Lil Baby, Lil Durk, Voice of the Heroes tutorial for y'all, bro. And if I end up dropping this drum, I'm gonna put the link in the description, you know what I'm saying? But without further ado, here go the beat, man.